This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
Attack and dominate on this Monday. Monday, right, Bodie?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'm Tito.
Full
Jeff
5-day
Thitoff.
week.
Oh. Do I have both you guys all week? Bob, you here all week?
Yeah, I'll be here all week.
Look at this. Bodie's here all week?
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, you never know, really.
A lot going on with Black Monday, OSU transfer portal news. Who knows? Notre Dame transfer portal news.
How about Riley Leonard, huh?
Yeah, that's a big one, man.
Love that guy.
That's a big one. Lots to talk about today. We will have Bill Bender on here shortly, next segment, to talk to us about everything going on with the Ohio State transfer portal and just general witty banter with him. Morning Juice sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin. Is that still the case, Bodie?
That is still the case.
Okay, I want to make sure I get that one. 2 full hours here on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, the Fan app, HD3. Download the show anytime. Catch us from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus. Again, lots to talk about today. NFL, college football. The Browns beat the Bengals yesterday. Zach Taylor complained about the delay when Myles Garrett set the record.
That was beautiful. So they were trying to get on the ball and go.
Yes. So they're in Cincinnati.
It's people's lives here.
They're in a very meaningful game. They're in Cincinnati, Bob.
Yeah.
And the refs stop it to honor Myles Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you stopped the game for that, Bob. Not that big of a deal.
It's a 25-year-old record.
I understand, but it's still it would mean more if it was a meaningful sack. It's not a meaningful sack. You're sacking it. You're
how many of them weren't meaningful then?
a lot of it. As long as they keep on losing, Bob, they're not meaningful.
So what does that have to do with the record? I'd say it's more impressive the fact that he had like 100 and some fewer snaps than Strahan did, even though he played one more game. He's playing in games against teams that don't need to throw the ball because they're never losing. So I would say it's almost more impressive. So whether it's meaningful or not, that matters not. He's getting paid. They're keeping score.
Right.
The numbers count. So yes, it is meaningful.
I'll agree. It's meaningful, but it's not important to stop the game for it. It's a great record. It's an impressive record. It's an impressive record.
Means.
I'm saying I don't think you have to stop the game for that, though. I think you have to do like a big celebration thing.
I don't even know what that means. A big celebration, dude. It's not like they wheeled a stage out on the field.
I think they started molding a statue right there.
That's fine.
The butter statue.
That. But how does that have to do with anything with him?
If Zach Taylor, the coach wants to keep playing, though, up-tempo, let's go. No, we're going to stop. Because
they stopped the game for all records like that. They stopped for Breeze and for Brady and Manning when they all broke each other's records going back and forth on touchdown passes and everything else.
They were quarterbacks. It just means more. Steelers beat the Ravens last night. Did you stay up for that one, Bob?
I watched most of it. I watched Aaron Rodgers start heating up a little bit there.
47 pass attempts for that guy.
Yeah, I mean, he played pretty well.
Steelers now in the playoffs hosting the Texans on
Use
Monday.
those legs, get some running in.
You think he comes back next year? Or do you think his mind is made up yet? Put it that way.
Do I think his mind? That's a good question. I thought coming into this year, there was a chance that he would come back depending on how the year went.
Right.
I don't know if the year went as good as I thought it could have. I think this team could have been 12-5. The problem is, I mean, that injuries on defense, all kinds of issues there, but the division turned out to be pretty weak. Mm-hmm. I would have said if you said they squeaked in at 10-7, and the division's what we thought it could have been, with Baltimore and Cincinnati both being really good, then I think it would have changed it. It maybe impacted how I viewed it a little bit. Mm-hmm. I think if they win a couple of games, maybe if you win 2 playoff games, at least one, I think that the only way he would come back if he views there's a viable chance for him to potentially compete for a title.
Okay, that's what I was getting at, because I wonder, Bob, if you think that Baltimore will be better next year because they might be healthier.
You could say the same thing for Pittsburgh.
Well, and Cincinnati as well, right?
Yeah.
And Cleveland.
And Cleveland.
Don't do this, buddy. Anyway, but what I'm saying is that, if you ask me right now, do I think Pittsburgh would have a better chance or as good a chance of winning the division next year? I would say no. Just because I'm expecting the Bengals, all 3 healthier, yes, no doubt about it. Steelers still need another weapon next to DK Metcalf. But I'm just saying, if you put right now, though, Bob, if you did odds, just based on what we know right now about these teams, I don't think Pittsburgh would be the first or second team on the odds to win the division next year. And so I wonder if he'll realize this is the apex he'll have in Pittsburgh. And so get out now, or did he have so much damn fun playing for Tomlin and competing he wants to come back? That's why I wonder what's going through his mind, because he doesn't need. He's not. His Hall of Fame is cemented. Where he's at in the greats is cemented.
I don't know. You get a second Super Bowl, I think that changes it. That's why.
It won't get worse, I guess what I'm saying. It won't go down.
Yeah.
Okay, it won't go down. That's why I'm wondering how that'll play out and if he will make that decision to come back or not. Big hoops game tonight, Bob, over at the Shot.
Yeah.
Ohio State men hosting Nebraska. Bobby, it's undefeated Nebraska. And because my son is 9, asked me, has Nebraska ever been undefeated in anything? And I had to tell him about some of the football years way back when, which he didn't quite get. He couldn't grasp. When Nebraska was good in football, yeah, they're pretty good for a while there. How long?
The triple option.
Yeah, maybe 40 years or so they were pretty good. And then it goes to the rabbit hole of who was in the Big 8, who was in the Southwest Conference. It was a huge thing that I had to text. I had to let him text.
The Big 10?
Yeah, I know. How many teams in the Big 10? No. How many teams in the Big 8? Well, there were 8. Why are there so many in the Big 10? It's a big, long thing. Anyway, though, Bob, it is Ohio State's men's basketball team has already been great in January for me because they won a road Big 10 game.
Yeah, it was good.
That's huge.
I mean, how good is Rutgers? No one knows.
I think some people know.
No, they're not great.
It's not very good.
Not as good as last year.
I can tell it's Monday because you just had an opportunity to do your Donald Trump about what a huge game this is tonight, and you didn't jump on it.
I mean, to me, college basketball doesn't start till college football's over. So even though Ohio State lost, there's still a lot of things going on
right
now. So that's dominating my sports consumption.
But on a Monday night, though, there's nothing going on right now.
Transfer portal's open, and so all the things that are going on with
fair.
that.
Black Monday too. You're right. But I'm just saying, though, Bob, this could be a signature win for Ohio State this season against Nebraska at home. I think it's a 6:30 tip.
Oh.
Kids can go and still get up. Yeah, I know. And still get up for school the next morning, hopefully. It's a big game for Ohio State. So we'll see how it's a huge game, Bobby. One of the biggest games ever.
I believe it.
Okay,
it might be. But like I said, the longer they've pushed out college football, college basketball doesn't start until after that. I can't get excited. I mean, I'll check. I might dip into the game a little bit. I can't imagine. No.
Why not?
No.
Okay.
What channel is it on tonight? Is it on Peacock?
That's a great question. Hey, Bodie, that's stuff that would be great.
I went to flip Friday night's game on. Couldn't find it. Looked on my phone on Peacock. I'm like, well,
on Peacock?
I don't have Peacock right now, so.
I will tell you, you can listen to the game.
That's true.
Right here on the Fan. You can do that, yes. Let's see.
Pre and post game?
FS1.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
That's on YouTube TV, isn't it?
Sure it is. 6:30 start. 13th ranked, undefeated Nebraska. And Ohio State favored by 2.5 if you're into that.
Really?
Yes. Big game for Bruce Thornton tonight. OSU women, number 19 in the country, defeated Rutgers 71-49. Jackets lose 5-4 in overtime to Pittsburgh. Got a win over Buffalo the night before. The day before, snapped Buffalo's 10-game winning streak. Buffalo had lost since December 8th when the Jackets took care of them. But that's what's going on in sports right now. And this is what used to happen.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
This is what used to happen.
It used to happen.
This is what has happened.
Same thing. It's the same thing.
These are events that have occurred, not events that
used to happen.
Used to happen. These are things that have happened.
Okay, fair enough.
It is January 5th, the 5th day of the year, 360 days remaining.
You missed a Lou Holtz comment there. Go ahead. You could have done it.
Oh, there you go. In this 2026. My goodness. I never thought I'd say that. The state's 1781. Richmond, Virginia is burned by British forces, led by one of your favorites, I think. It's Shark's favorite for sure, Benedict Arnold.
Oh, yeah.
After he flipped back over to the side of the British.
I think he went by Benny.
Maybe they called him that after he was a traitor. I'm not sure. The state, 1836. Davy Crockett arrives in San Antonio ready to defend the Alamo.
Ooh, how'd that go?
Well, they did what they needed to do. It's simply a matter of buying time, helping run the clock out.
They stalled. Yep, they stalled for a sack
Mario
record.
Mario Cristobal would have ran out of bounds. Wouldn't have called his timeouts. The state, 1914, Ford Motor Company announces the 8-hour workday and a $5 daily minimum wage. So how about that? Rocking about a nice 75 cents, right there an hour.
I make $6 a day here.
This date, 1920, Boston sells Babe Ruth to the New York Yankees.
Ooh.
Yeah. Move that haunted them for quite some time. This date, 1825, Nellie Taylor Ross is sworn in as the first female governor in the United States, governor of Wyoming.
What year was that?
1925.
Wow, I didn't know it was that long.
So 101 years ago.
Yeah.
This date, 1933, construction begins on the Golden Gate Bridge. And then in 1968, Bob Dylan's greatest hits is Certified Gold.
How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man?
I hate Bob Dylan.
It's unfortunate for you.
You like Bob Dylan?
I don't dislike him. Hate's a strong term.
It's strong. I know, but it's like
I said I don't dislike him. I mean, I enjoy some of his stuff. It's not my greatest catalog that I've ever heard of.
Now you sound like an employee survey, though.
you
Like,
mean?
dislike, agree, strongly disagree.
Well,
neutral.
I mean, when you say I hate something, that's
Yeah, I hate
pretty strong. I mean, there's certain things that I don't know if I could hate anything that I'm that just
Indifferent.
indifferent to.
There we go. He checked the middle box.
Some of the stuff he's okay. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and go download all his music. This date, 1974, not indifferent towards them. The Carpenters, their singles album from 69 to 71 hits number one.
Some kind of lonely cloud, rainy days and Mondays always get me down.
Play that one out.
You know what? I feel bad because my Aunt Karen, I think, got a bad name.
Oh,
They kind of drove Karen into the ground.
were you related to her in any way?
No. My dad used to always joke about that, but no. This date, 1979, the Blues Brothers and their Briefcase Blues hits number one. And then the same day, Saturday Night Fever hits 25 million in sales on their soundtrack.
I was afraid. I was petrified.
How many is that in an hour?
What does that matter, Michael?
Blues Brothers, by the way, there was a time when John Belushi had the number one movie in America, the number one album in America, on the number one TV show in America. All at the same time. Blues Brothers and I think Animal House or maybe Blues Brothers, both of those, the soundtrack and the movie, and then Saturday Night Live.
There we go. And then on this date, 1993, Mr. October, Reggie Jackson is elected to the Hall of Fame.
People talk about superstars. Guy plays for 2 or 3 years, he gets 10 or 15 million. To me, you take a look at the guys behind me, superstar was expressed by Aaron because he personified the idea that greatness is measured over time, not 150 or 300 games. I'll never forget his determination in chasing the ghost of Ruth.
Is that Henry Aaron he was referring to?
Look, I'm just saying, I don't
The
think
strikeout king?
Reggie Jackson. I think Reggie Jackson's.
Overrated.
Yes, he's overrated.
Do you hate Reggie Jackson?
I do, because I saw him the one time I saw Reggie Jackson. He rejected an autograph request by a 6-year-old boy.
Okay.
It wasn't me, but a 6-year-old boy was walking towards him, asked for an autograph as Reggie Jackson's walking out of a hotel, the Marriott Inn in Tampa, Florida, and he said,
Maybe
"No,
he was,
kid, I
maybe
don't
he
know
was trying to get to Ybor City.
Doesn't Bob? You do that, man. Have you ever turned down an autograph? If a kid walks up to you ever and says,
Kid, probably not.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't think you would, Bob. You're better than that.
it's been a long time since I've had one that's been that. There probably have been some very inopportune times where I've eventually walked away, but
Okay.
not to my remembrance of it, but then it probably would be much more memorable on the other side. Some birthdays today. Walter Mondale, the 42nd VP of the United States, born in the state 1928, turning 95 today. My goodness. One of the shortest guys ever to be a star because he's not all that tall. Mr. Robert Duvall.
How do you explain that lapse in judgment?
I looked at him and saw you. Same willful disobedience, same recklessness. I looked at him and saw my middle son, my little boy. I watched him cry right there. I wanted to put my arms around him and tell him it didn't have to be like this. I wanted someone to help him, like I'd want someone to help my boy.
Is that out of, it's right after Iron Man?
Yes, The Judge.
The Judge,
Yep.
that's
Him
right.
and Robert Downey Jr. were in that one.
He was great in Four Christmases.
He's tremendous. I was hoping you were going to get that.
That's a good one there.
You got to keep it moving. Starting to lose my buzz over here.
So walk around here. What, I'm underwear, taking pictures of me walking on my underwear. You think I'm going to let that happen?
That's good. Chuck Knoll, speaking of the Steelers, born on this date in 1932.
We played the Oilers every year, twice. And once at Three Rivers, someone on the Oilers left a playbook. And the clubhouse guys found and they brought it to Chuck. And in our meeting that we always have on Mondays, Chuck said, this is a playbook for the Houston Oilers. We have another game to play with those guys. And he said, you see this? Dropped it in the trash. And he said, it's not important what they do. The most important thing is what we do. He didn't care about bulletin board stuff. We didn't get involved in hyperbole. Plain language, we didn't get involved in bull.
Who was that talking?
Had to be Joe Green.
Yep.
Was that Joe? Okay. That's how I was getting. I figured as much.
That
It's
was a
crazy.
damn catch.
It's crazy that he's been dead for 11 years and Robert Duvall's still alive. Wild. Diane Keaton passing away this year, but born on this date in 1946.
How long have you been back?
I've been back a year. Longer than that, I think. It's good to see you, Kate. I'm working for my father now, Kate. He's been sick. Very sick.
But you're not like him, Michael. I thought you weren't going to become a man like your father. That's what you told me.
My father's no different than any other powerful man. Any man who's responsible for other people. Like a senator or a president.
Do you know how naive you sound?
Why?
Senators and presidents don't have men killed.
Oh. Who's being naive, Kate?
This
What's
your
that out
Godfather
of?
movie? It's got to be
It's like
Godfather.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Just curious on that. Turning 79 today, the 70th governor of the state of Ohio, Mike DeWine. Born on that same day, he passed away last year. He was one of the front men who was always out there for those undefeated teams that would finally lose. Mr. Mercury Morris, born on this date, 1947, the Dolphins running back.
These two, along with Mercury Morris, give us three of the fine backs in professional football. Merc is the guy that can go into the ball game and get you moving if you're not moving.
I started out in a kid's backyard playing touch football. And I never abandoned the principle from the time I came to the pros. If they can't touch you, they can't tackle you. There was always a need for me to have to prove that I'm capable of doing what someone says that I might not be capable of doing. O.J. Simpson and I vied for the national rushing title 2 years in a row. In my junior year, when he beat me out, he sent me his freaking autograph.
First name Eugene. Eugene Morris does not have the same panache as
No.
Mercury Morris.
Well, and he gained some panache when I found out that him and OJ, he's got an autograph of him, too.
Yeah. He spent 3.5 years in prison also. Morris did.
Did he?
Drug trafficking, yep.
Oh, wow.
Cocaine Cowboys, there we go.
That's what he should have been a cowboy. That's a good point by you. Born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Where did he play college? Did he play at Pitt?
He played at West Texas State and was a third-round pick in the 1969 NFL Draft.
Remarkable. Speaking of famous running backs, Warwick Dunn turning 51 today, and Kristen Cavallari turning 39 today. Some passings today. Passing on this date, 1933, President Calvin Coolidge. I would have never guessed what rank number he was. You have any idea, Thitoff?
Coolidge?
Yeah.
27.
I think it's 30.
Gosh, good job, Bodie.
Is it 30? Okay, look,
That
I take
is
that as a win
unreal.
for me. That's a win for me.
That is unreal.
Thank
Good
you.
for you. Yeah, Thitoff, you were closer than I thought you would be.
Much closer.
Passing away in 39, Amelia Earhart. And passing away in 1998, got to be careful on the slopes, Mr. Sonny Bono.
Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
I've got flowers in the spring.
They say that love wouldn't pay the rent.
I sang that with the girl. Contestant number 1. I sang it with her.
How'd that work out? Like Sonny and Cher?
They didn't go to the Eagles concert with her. We talked about that on the air before. I don't know if you were here that day, but we were engaged.
Oh, you've been married
dude,
twice, engaged 3? Any more in there?
Well, that's a podcast. But nonetheless, yes. So she and I, we were together. We bought tickets to the Eagles. Hell Freezes Over coming to Polaris, whatever it was at the time, right? Like
Was that 98, 96?
97, 98, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Hell Freezes Over. We buy them. We're engaged. I break it off.
You broke it off.
Yes. I'm surprised you are. I asked her like a month later, hey, we still going to the concert? And she said she had the tickets, even though we had bought them together. It's a big legal thing. Anyway, she took somebody else who she married.
Really?
Yes, in the divorce. But nonetheless, I didn't get to go see the Eagles with when Glenn Fry was alive.
When you break off an engagement, is that like I'm breaking up with you? Or just like, I don't know if I want to get married to you right now?
Yeah, that's about what it is. No, it's like we were living together too, since she moved out. And I stayed in the apartment
Okay.
But nonetheless,
So you got the apartment, she got the Eagles
I got to keep paying
tickets.
rent, and she got to go to Eagles with somebody else, who she later married and divorced. But nonetheless, I never got to see the Eagles with Glenn Fry.
I mean, there was 20 more years that you could have seen her.
I know, but I was still bitter.
At the
Bad taste in
Eagles?
the mouth. Just bitter in
Or
life. Just her in life. Yeah, just a lot of things.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out who we should be angry at here.
We had a couch in here.
That's amazing. I didn't realize.
I was engaged again after that and broke that off too.
So you've been engaged 4 times.
2, 3, 4. Yeah.
2 of them made it the distance.
Well, one made yes. 2 of them made it walk down the aisle. One's still standing. Yeah.
There we go. All right, that's
Well,
hey.
John.
You learn something new every day. Speaking of this, some holidays observances. It's Divorce Monday.
Of course it is.
First Monday of the year is when most divorces are filed.
After the tax, you get the tax write-off for having
I
been
think you
married.
just people say you get through the holidays.
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
And,
I can't believe you got me that.
It's a heck of a resolution.
Right. A vacuum cleaner again. Yeah.
It's Monopoly Day. It is National Ellen Day, National Screenwriters Day, National Whipped Cream Day, which I don't know if that goes with Divorce Day or not.
That would have helped out the marriage, I bet.
And those your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, January 5th, the 5th day of the year and 360 days remaining in this 2026.
Everett Golson.
It's also Bill Bender Day. Speaking of whipped cream, we'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You don't want to start the new year off hurting. You don't want to start off the new year getting surgery. You don't want to start off the new year dealing with trying to plan something out into the future. What you want to do is get healthy. So what you want to do is go to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team, the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, they can deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever it is, they can help you get ready. So instead of those invasive operations, it's going to sideline you all of the early year. Go check out our friends at QC Kinetics and see if they can help you today. Imagine moving better, being stronger, planning your year, doing what actually you want to do. So don't wait. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices located in Dublin and Gahanna, and they're already there for your free consultation. So go check them out today.
My mom is a veteran, and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I couldn't be the mom my kids needed me to be.
She missed so much.
After my last surgery, I got an infection so bad I thought it was going to kill me.
I told her she couldn't leave me yet. There was still so much she had to see. I hadn't even graduated.
I'm doing much better now. I may have lost my leg, but I've gained so much. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
DAV's been there for me and my family. Through thick and thin, they've had our back.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned so they can achieve victories great and small.
My victory is getting my life back. I got my joy back.
We got our mom back, thanks to DAV.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
I always tell people I was the luckiest guy in the world. I wanted to be an Army man or a fireman, and I got to do both. As a firefighter, my job was about saving lives. I never thought one day I would be fighting for mine.
After spending his career answering the call to save others, Ken was diagnosed with ALS. Now he's facing his biggest battle, for more time. For 70 years, Muscular Dystrophy Association has been answering the call to help people live longer and more independent lives.
MDA means to me hope.
MDA is leading the way for people living with ALS, muscular dystrophy, and other neuromuscular diseases by accelerating research, advancing care, and advocating to empower families like Ken's.
I wouldn't be living as good of a life with ALS if it wasn't for MDA. MDA is helping people live stronger and love longer. Learn more at mda.org today.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Covered a lot of ground already. Bill Benner joins us now to fill in some of the blanks. Bill, good morning, my friend. Hope you had a great weekend. The transfer portal is open. Are there any names that surprise you from Ohio State? Like, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that guy's leaving?
No, not really. I mean, in general, I didn't see any names where I couldn't believe this guy was coming in. It'll be more surprising to see the guys that they have come to Ohio State. I'm more curious in that than the guys that left at this point. And obviously, the quarterback shuffle is in full effect, whether it's Brendan Sorsby or Sam Levitt or, you know, the list goes on, and it is a very lengthy list of quarterbacks that are in and out of the portal.
Do you wish this was happening after the season, Bill, as opposed to with 2 games remaining?
I think the calendar is a complete disaster, honestly. The fact that Ole Miss is still a story where we're arguing about whether assistant coaches should or should not be on the LSU campus, I think they should be allowed to finish what they're started and finish with the Ole Miss football team. I don't think anybody anticipated Lane Kiffin, number one, probably didn't anticipate that Ole Miss would still be playing in the college football playoff this week. Yeah, but I mean, why can't we move this back behind the playoff? It would be like if NFL free agency started today.
Right.
You know, it just doesn't make sense.
Bill Benner joins us with Sporting News. Do you think so last year everybody was applauding the CFP, like the excitement, the home games, some of these teams that got to play and everything. It was a wonderful experience, I think, for college football fans. Do you think this is as good of an experience for college football fans based on what we've seen so far and based on who's left?
I get the feeling, Tito, you agree with me on this one. If you subscribe to it's the NCAA tournament and you think that's fine, and the average seed of the 4 teams right now is 5.5.
Right.
You know, if you're good with that, then yeah, it's great. I mean, I was a guy that, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I think we'd be fine with the BCS, you know, that kind of guy. So I'm still adjusting to that. I thought 8 was the better number, and I'll stick to that. I mean, if we would have had the 8 best teams in there and not had, 25-day layoffs in between games, that kind of thing, you probably would have got the 8 best teams in. That said, was it exciting to watch Ole Miss, Georgia? Of course. You know, you had 2 duds on New Year's Day, and I'm not going to take away from what Indiana's doing. They're probably the most impressive story of the quarterfinal round, is they're the one team that got a bye that has won in 2 years.
Are they the best team left?
Yes. Does that mean they're going to win it, though? Not necessarily. Again, it's kind of like basketball, where you can get in the Final Four and not win it, and apparently that's what we're going to do now. I think it is cool to tell new stories, no question, like Indiana, and I think the championship game is going to be Indiana and Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss is going to find a way to beat Miami. I think Trinidad Chambliss is a game changer. The way that he kind of freaked out Georgia in the second half, I think that could happen again. And whether or not you believe Indiana Ole Miss is a good championship game for college football, I think it'll be fun. But is it reflective of the regular season that we liked? The answer is no,
So-
probably not.
What's interesting with that, I think that'll be a hell of a game if you're a big-time college football fan. I think it's something that people will really enjoy. I think the quality of it will be great. And are they two of the best teams? I think, yeah, you could put them in that mix. I don't know if that, just steal stuff from, the NFL and NBA. I mean, it feels a little bit maybe like, the Kansas City Royals, versus pick your other middle American, average market team. I think that they can be good. Both of those teams are really good. I don't know that they have the brand power to draw anyone else in or the star power around either the coaches or any of the players to really make it, a huge national story to the average CFP fan.
I agree with that. And, it's kind of like you said, the NFL playoffs. I mean, as you guys know, huge Green Bay fan, my Super Bowl, I'll just say it, is beating the Bears. If they beat the Bears, it's successful. We'll go from there for Green Bay, but they have to beat Chicago. And I think we've gotten into this point where, one, Kurt Cignetti's getting a lot of attention now. He's very beloved on social media. We've seen the meme a million times. But it was jarring to watch them beat Alabama the way that they beat Alabama. I think that was one. I texted this to friends. I said, Alabama doesn't belong on the same field with them. I couldn't have imagined texting that to my buddies 10 years ago.
Bodie say he texted to friends, and I did not get a text. That tells me where I'm at with Bill Bender. Bill, last week, Bodie said that if Marcus Freeman wins a national championship at Notre Dame and then goes and coaches Al-Qaeda, he will root for him there. I know there was talk about Marcus Freeman being among the discussion with Steelers. The Steelers, they were talking about him. If the Steelers had lost the Ravens and Tomlin resigns, he might be the guy there. Do you think that John Harbaugh's in trouble in Baltimore?
Maybe not this year, but maybe this is the beginning of the end in some ways. I stayed up and watched that game last night. What a finish. I mean, you got to make that field goal, but Mike Tomlin just finds a way, and their Super Bowl was last night, so to speak. I don't think anybody thinks Pittsburgh's going to go to the Super Bowl, but, Aaron Rodgers getting them a playoff berth and the way that they did it last night was pretty incredible. That was a fun finish in the fourth quarter. But, for Marcus Freeman, I can't go that far, Bodie, but I wouldn't root for them. But I will root for Marcus Freeman. I think he's one of the good guys in the sport. The thing with him, yes, he's staying at Notre Dame, but those outside forces, it's going to be kind of like Gruden, but he has a job where every year I think he's going to be rumored to go to the NFL every year, every single year. And that's something Notre Dame's going to have to contend with as long as he's there.
When you said Alabama didn't look like they belonged on the same field with Indiana, the conversation of who was getting in the CFP, how that looked, and a lot of it broke between Miami and Notre Dame. And obviously Miami has handled themselves pretty well, winning a couple of games and looking good doing that. But Alabama, did they deserve to get in? I understand that they made the SEC championship, and with that gave them their third loss. But is it time, as we look around and we talk about ranked wins and all these other things, you start looking at the teams that they beat and how good they actually were, just some of the perception with some of these teams, and maybe it comes down to brand, but who is getting in and how that's being done.
Yeah, I mean, maybe SEC teams might not get the benefit of the doubt like that again. Because I've maintained all along Notre Dame should have been in the playoff. You can't tell me a Notre Dame-Indiana game wouldn't have been far more entertaining than that Alabama-Indiana game. That Alabama game was over when they did the punt or not to punt thing, where there was 3 timeouts taken, then Alabama tries to go for it, Indiana stops them. That was ball game. From there, it just poured on. It was 2 completely different teams. Indiana, Notre Dame, yes, I get it. Notre Dame didn't get in, and we can say that all we want, but that would have been a far more entertaining game. I think the SEC's in a little bit of not trouble, but I don't think they expected that Ole Miss would be carrying the banner for the conference going into the Final Four. And one other thing about Alabama, by the way, 20-8 the last 2 seasons. Missouri's 18-8. Tennessee's 18-8. I don't think they anticipated they'd be living in that neighborhood.
Bill, do you think next year we have 16 teams in the playoffs?
Well, we're going to find out soon. And if not next year, I think it would be the year after that. And again, the The big change has to be you've got to get the first 2 rounds on campus, and you've got to start this game sooner, or start the playoffs sooner. 25-day layoffs, absurd. With Ohio State losing, I would make the analogy that when they lose in the tournament now, it probably feels like, again, it's basketball, when a Duke or a North Carolina gets knocked out of the NCAA tournament. I think people celebrate in that vein outside of Columbus, you know what I mean? Like, because one of the big dogs is out. And I don't know which one. I think they would be more North Carolina than Duke, right? Like that superpower that's always in and number 1 seed.
It's interesting that you bring that up, Bill. I want to go back to the SEC. You talked about them being in trouble a little bit. There's a chance, depending on ultimately what happens between them playing Miami, that they would be frozen out of the CFP championship game. Not only not winning it, but not getting anyone there for the 3rd straight year. Is this the new reality of what we're seeing in college football? That given the transfer portal and how NIL has given a lot of teams a lot more opportunities, that let's say, for instance, the Big Ten, whether Indiana or Oregon find a way to win, it's to be the 3rd straight year and 3rd different team, that the balance of power now has effectively shifted.
Yeah, I do think it has, and the SEC, it's not to say that conference isn't competitive or that these teams aren't good or playoff caliber teams or anything like that. I'm just saying, if Indiana or Oregon wins the national title, you're going to have 3 different Big Ten champions in 3 different years. You're going to have the top third of the Big Ten. I mean, we've talked about this on here, the quality of coaches in the top third, from Ryan Day through Kurt Signetti, Dan Lanning, and then they're bringing in Kyle Whittingham and Matt Campbell. I mean, that's pretty good. Lincoln Riley's still a good coach. There's a little bit of heat there, but I think USC is a solid program. So I think the NIL factor has helped the Big Ten by a lot. And you have that, and you're going to see that in the transfer portal as well. So, I mean, I saw you want to talk about making a lot of additions. Indiana made some additions yesterday, but whether it was Nick Marshall or Josh Hoover, it just tells me that they're not going anywhere, which is, again, one of the more stunning stories in all the time that I've covered college football at Sporting News.
Bill, we'll get you out on this. And what surprised you more, the fact Bodie's Marcus Freeman Al-Qaeda take, or that Sam Darnold's 28-6 in the last 2 years in the regular season?
I mean, they look good too.
You're talking about Sam Darnold and Seahawks.
Yes, Seattle.
Okay. No, thank
you.
Well,
Bodie's take isn't good, but Bodie looks good too. There you go. And if
I just want one before I die, Bill. And if Freeman does it, God bless him, man.
Yeah, I'll say that, and then I'll say if it looks like I'm overly happy, it's because I believe the kids go back to school today. I think a lot of parents are.
Mine tomorrow.
Happy
I'm
today.
sure. Yeah,
mine
tomorrow.
Is that a bad take?
It's a great take. Yeah, tomorrow's for mine. They can't get there fast enough. They really can't. I can't wait for them to. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I love them. I'm a great parent. I'm a great father. But I've had enough. Bill, thanks for the time. We appreciate it, buddy. We'll talk again next week.
Yeah, I'll talk to you guys then. Thanks so much for having me on.
You bet. That was Bill Bender, Sporting News. Make sure you go check out all the stuff. He always has great stuff on Sporting News. They have a lot of great content there. Coming up next, Quick Hitters Morning Juice.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You don't want to start the new year off hurting. You don't want to start off the new year getting surgery. You don't want to start off the new year dealing with trying to plan something out into the future. What you want to do is get healthy. So what you want to do is go to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team, the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, they can deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever it is, they can help you get ready. So instead of those invasive operations, it's going to sideline you all of the early year. Go check out our friends at QC Kinetics and see if they can help you today. Imagine moving better, being stronger, planning your year, doing what actually you want to do. So don't wait. Call 380-228-4544. That's 380-228-4544. They have offices located in Dublin and Gahanna, and they're ready there for your free consultation. So go check them out today.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Tito has had 2 wives. They've both been named Heather. If you know someone named Heather, please warn her. This is Morning Juice.
Mike's off there, Bo?
Yes, they were.
Thank you very much. Bill Bender, thank you for his time. Every Monday, we love talking to him. Don't forget, tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Bob, I should have talked about this with you beforehand. Schleg's tomorrow, 7 o'clock?
Yeah, he's back. And
he's back from
everybody's
Utah?
out of the holidays, and I think everything will be back to more of its normal-ish schedule moving forward.
That's good. I'm going to act like I'm hitting the button, but Bodie's going to hit it. Bodie, let's do quick hitters.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
That's it. Just quick hitters, everybody. That's all we got.
Yeah, it's sponsored by
Bodie.
97.1 The Fan.
Yes.
All right, guys, we'll start here. Happy Monday, college basketball.
All right.
You alluded to it earlier, Tito. We have just 6 unbeaten teams left in men's college basketball this season, and one of them comes to town tonight. That would be the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Either way.
Who are off to a 14-0 start. They went undefeated. How about this? They went undefeated in non-conference play for the first time since 1928-29, almost 100 years for the Cornhuskers since they went undefeated in non-conference play there. And off to their best start in quite some time. Some of the players have a message to their fan base. That would be stop storming the court. That's because on Friday night, they beat number 9 Michigan State 58-56, and fans poured onto the floor after the game. And in the post-game, senior big man Rink Mast said, quote, "If you're the number 13 team against the number 9 team and you're at home, in my opinion, you're supposed to win that game. I don't blame the fans. They got excited for that win, but from here on out, we've proven we belong in these games, and we're supposed to win these types of games." And the senior guard, Jamarquez Lawrence, joined him, echoing those thoughts, saying, quote, "We're supposed to win that game, guys. No more court storms, please. I just got to say that." Tito, if the Buckeyes win tonight, you actually might see a court storming, but I don't blame Nebraska for kind of getting to a point to where they're saying, like, hey, we belong here. Let's not act like the underdog every single time anymore.
I am done with court storming. I'm done with it.
All right.
By the way, that 28-29 Nebraska team, let's not get too excited. They played Colorado College twice in a row and won those on back-to-back games.
I say it's hard to beat a team twice.
South Dakota State, South Dakota, those are teams they played back then when they were undefeated in conference play. And one of them, by the way, was a 30-25 win. Anyway, look, I want it to be a great atmosphere there tonight. I want there to be a ton of fans.
People in hell on ice water, too.
It's a big game, Bode.
It is. No, I'm not disputing that.
That's a great line. People in hell on ice water.
But, I mean, it's Ohio State. I think it's fair to say they have not played super well this year. Their record's pretty solid, and their non-conference wins, while some of them they did, but it's like Notre Dame, West Virginia, even Friday night against Rutgers, you got down 15.
They were down.
You won. That's
They're
great.
able to battle. But listen, that 4th and 2, going for that there.
But if you win tonight, that can all of a sudden flip things to be like, hey, this is the type of game that I think could kickstart you in a stronger direction.
Any win in January, any Big Ten win for Ohio State in January is great, Bob.
It would be nice. It would be nice to get this win. I'm curious as to the environment. The fans have turned the page. Here's the problem: is I don't know that a lot of people might be back yet from
break.
Well, the students aren't in school until next week.
Yeah.
And I don't know if a lot of the traditional fans that go, and I just use this anecdotally, some of my friends that are, let's say a little older, they go to the games, they don't have kids in school or anything anymore. A lot of times they're still on vacation now. They're not getting back.
Yeah.
And so those are a lot of the people that are out there too. So I'm curious as to what the attendance will ultimately look like today.
I don't think, Nebraska is not the 13th best team in the country. I don't believe.
It just doesn't, even if they are, nobody associates Nebraska with being a good basketball program.
Not even a good football program, really.
I mean, it's like Indiana. I mean, it takes a little bit of time for you to believe that they're good. And maybe this Nebraska team's a Sweet 16 team. I don't know. I don't know if anybody, I don't know if they're going to get anybody to go who otherwise wouldn't because of them on the moniker.
They beat Wisconsin by 30. They beat Illinois on the road, and they just beat Michigan State.
You ask people in Columbus, is Nebraska a top 25 basketball team or not? I guarantee you most people would probably say no.
It'd be that one little indifferent circle you circled earlier, Bob, is what it'd be.
Only the people that watch it all the time would really know.
You think Scotty Vegas has a bet on it?
I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe.
He does.
I would say,
of course he does.
Odds are yes.
He's got several
if
bets.
I had to
yes.
bet.
Yes,
I would bet yes.
He's got several bets.
To the college football ranks here, guys, in the wise words of Matthew McConaughey, sometimes you got to go back to actually move forward. Apparently, that's the motto that Dabo Swinney likes to live by, as he's bringing back Chad Morris to be the Clemson Tigers offensive coordinator. Morris was Dabo's OC from 2011 to 2014 before he left there, and then he was the head coach at SMU in Arkansas for a handful of years after that. Not a ton of success at Arkansas in particular, but bounced around a little bit after that.
He was good enough at SMU to get the Arkansas
That's
job.
true, and then it all kind of came to a crashing halt there. But nevertheless, the Tigers, they had pretty strong offenses in 3 of his 4 seasons when he was there. Morris and then the Clemson Tigers there from 2011 to 2014. He was also considered to be a very big reason why Deshaun Watson eventually landed with Clemson.
Eventually decided to get a massage. A lot of massages.
Don't.
I'm started on the right path.
Bobby, I got to be honest. When I first saw this story, it was just like Dabo just can't change his ways, man. I'm not even saying it's the worst idea in the world, but given his past to never want to do the portal, not like NIL, not like to make outside hires, the fact that he's kind of just going back to the well on a former offensive coordinator, I don't know if I was a Clemson fan, I'd be feeling great about this.
So that's what you're trying to grab, something from a time when things were going really well for you.
Yeah.
And there's a familiarity there. There's a comfortability with all of it. And so I get that. Bringing in Chad Morris. Have we confirmed if he's related to Mercury?
I don't know if he is. I'll see if his real name's Eugene. It might be Eugene Morris Jr., I guess it'd be.
I'm with you, Bodie. If he wouldn't be so curmudgeon-y when it comes to some of the other things, I don't think anybody would look at this and think twice about it. Like, okay, the last couple of years they've struggled. Well, last year they made the CFP. This year I would say, I don't know, just struggled mightily with expectations of a lot of people had them winning a national championship.
Yeah.
And heck, they're losing to Penn State in the Pinstripe Bowl, for heaven's sake. So I think that if they would have, despite the lack of recent success, but if he would have been kind of more in on some things and it felt like they were still in an era of relevance. Because I was talking with Chris Plank, who I host my XM show with, and I was like, is the era of Clemson being a top 10 annually, like a preseason top 10 team, it feels like it's over now. Like those days are done. It's finished. And so maybe bring in Morris. Maybe their offense looks good, but I think everybody now is more of in a wait-and-see mode than say, oh, yeah, great hire, this thing will be good.
Bob, just so you know, to clear up the loose end there, I did a Google search image on Chad Morris. I don't think he's related to Mercury. I could be wrong on that one. There's obviously 23andMe. We can always figure that out, but I don't think they're related. I just think that Dabo's running out of people to hire and fire. Like, at some point, it's just got to end. I just don't think Dabo can recapture even close to what they were. And you're right, Bob. The preseason top 10 thing, after what they did this year, there's no way I don't care who they get in the portal. They're not preseason top 10 next year.
Well, the problem is everybody talks about the bowl games not matter. I'm like, well, Penn State had a lot of guys that opted out, and they beat you. You had your starting quarterback. Right. And here's the bigger thing with this, and maybe Chad Morris can change this. Maybe Zach Morris could change it too. I'm not sure.
Better chance of Zach Morris, right?
But after Trevor Lawrence, what has the quarterback situation been like at Clemson?
Yeah, it's been.
They had DJ was supposed to be the next guy, and then they had to kind of bench him. He moved on. Well, then Cade Klubnik was supposed to be the guy that took over after him, and he's been there 4 years.
They were both like 5 stars.
Yeah, big-time guys.
Yeah.
And they've never really developed. And so is that on the player? Maybe sometimes. But on the coaches to get them better, and then also the talent you're putting around them. And like Cade Klubnik, this is supposed to be the year for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he was okay, but they won 7 games.
And when's the last time, along with the quarterback, it's been a minute, too, since they had some of those freaking mutants out there on wide receiver, man.
You're right.
They had a claim for wide receiver U as much as anybody there throughout that stretch. It was Sammy Watkins. It was T. Higgins. I know Justin Ross's injuries kind of derailed his career, but
T was like the last guy.
Dudes. And it's been a minute since they had anybody that you're like, well, there's another first or second round draft pick at receiver. Running backs kind of been the same. Remember ETN? That guy was an absolute monster.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. It's been a minute since they've had a tailback there that put the fear of God in you every time he got the ball, Tito.
Do you think that Dabo's still coaching there in 2028?
3 years, 6, 7, 8.
The start of the 2028 season.
I would say no.
I think no, too.
I would say no.
2 more years, unless there's a hard turn. He's done a lot there, but I can't imagine him I can't imagine them firing him, but I can't also imagine him being there unless they are much more successful in the next year or two.
Yeah, at some point, him being the greatest coach in program history, at some point that just like hits an end point, though.
Right.
Like 2018 and 2020, it's been 5 years at this point, 7 years. You add 2 or 3 more years onto it. You start pushing into a decade since you've had any high-level success. In some ways, it could be kind of a victim of his own success, and I think that's fair. At some point, it's kind of like, hey, man, you got to start winning. At least like last year. Last year it sort of were disappointing, but they still won the conference and made the college football playoff.
Played well against Texas.
And they were kind of maybe the only team in that first round that was really competitive in their game. But and with the ACC being so bad too, like really, you guys can't be competitive in this conference. Like
Statue, right?
SMU just joined and they played in the conference title last year, almost did this year. No question about it, yeah. He's got to be, I don't know Clemson's history off the top of my head well, but he is far and away got to be their best.
Somebody had 100, I think he had 180 wins. I looked it up. He's 180 and 47. Frank Howard was 165, 118 and 12, but it took him 30 years to get there. But that's the only guy. That was back from 1940, 1969. Do you think, Bobby, it'd be smarter for Dabo to wait to get fired because he's lost it, or punch a player in the neck in a bowl game?
I don't know if he's the punch a player in the neck type of guy.
Just saying, that'd be better for his legacy if he gets let go that way. Not because he can't win, but because of something he did on the field.
Cares so much.
I think that's what it is.
I'll do it myself.
Exactly.
We'll stay with college football here. Regarded as the best quarterback in the transfer portal, former Cincinnati quarterback Brendan Sorsby. He's heading down south. And if you had to take a guess at where he's heading, you could probably make the guess correctly. He committed to Texas Tech late on Sunday night, last night. Sorsby also had taken a visit to LSU over the weekend. So the Red Raiders edged the Tigers and Lane Kiffin there. On3 Sports has reported that he landed a $5 million deal with Texas Tech to head to Lubbock. This past season at UC, he threw for 2,800 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 5 picks. He also ran for 580 yards and 9 scores. So definitely a dual threat there. And Tito, Texas Tech, very disappointing ending as they got shut out there in the CFP last week, but they're going to keep trying to put out there the best team they can buy. And despite the game against Oregon there in the Orange Bowl, it was still a very successful season for them. They went 12-1, or 12-2, I guess now, and won the Big 12.
And the one loss, I think, was Arizona State. But, the fact they knocked off BYU twice, and BYU was a playoff caliber team. Good.
$5 million per year. You want to take a guess on where that would rank you among NFL rookies getting paid?
I think NFL rookies. Well, because I know
that's per the 2026 wage scale.
Okay. So guys that'll be drafted this spring. I would say it's got to be top 15, top 20. I was thinking like middle of the first round.
Top 5.
It's not quite top 5. It would place him, assuming it's $5 million on the nose, that would place him as the 12th pick in the NFL draft.
There you go.
It makes sense to stay.
And maybe Sorsby ends up being the 12th pick overall. Maybe he doesn't, but you know what? It's good work if you can get it.
Yeah.
Keep going back.
And that's just, now granted that we're taking on 3 Sports reporting at their word there, but
I'm guessing that's probably right.
And if it is, like, that might be the floor though right now.
Yeah.
Like if he gets there and they get 4 or 5 games in and he's lighting it up, who's not to say some of the other businesses around town are like, hey, here's an extra $250,000.
Yeah.
Texas Tech is not going to be outbid. Let's put it that way. They're not going to be outbid. They're going to keep trying like hell. As I watch that, I'm looking at which schools fit that. Texas Tech does. I think Oregon does. I don't think Oregon's going to be outbid by anybody. Ohio State would be outbid though, right?
Is it time for Indiana to like?
Indiana's got. Listen, they've got more money than you think.
They've got oil money.
They got more money than you think.
Oil money
in Indiana. Where's all the Indian money come from?
Mark
I think they have more CEOs than any other public university.
And they have a huge alumni base.
Alumni base. They've just been bad. Who wants to give it to a team that's not any good?
Yeah,
I get Mark Cuban and his partner. I guess his former partner.
Business partner.
Yeah, business partner. They made all the money together. I guess he has been very active and involved, and he's a Would that be a three comma situation guy as well?
Probably so, yeah.
Like a healthy 3 comma situation guy. So there you go.
That's it. A quick hitter is coming up next. Yes, the transfer portal. Sources have told me it's in full demand. It's going on right now, the transfer portal. We will talk about how it's affecting Ohio State next. Morning Juice.
You know a thing or two about the moments in life that matter. You've seized those moments to embrace joy, accomplish great things, and build meaningful relationships. Is it time now to sit back and reflect on a life well lived? Maybe. Or maybe there's more to be done. Maybe this is the most important moment you've encountered yet. By volunteering with AmeriCorps Seniors, you can seize the moment, lend a hand, and get back more than you give. We connect you to local volunteer organizations with opportunities that fit your schedule and match your interests. Through AmeriCorps Seniors, you can support people in times of need and make your community stronger. You can become a companion to your older neighbors, brightening their days with friendship. You can even become a mentor for young people, serving as a role model and enriching their lives. Are you ready to seize your moment? Visit AmeriCorps.gov/yourmoment and get started today.
Hey Max, you look absolutely dashing in that purple tie. Ready to harness the world?
You bet, Daisy. I'm ready as I'll ever be. And might I say, your purple tie really pops with your vest.
Thanks. I almost went with a cape, but didn't want to come across as pretentious.
Nonsense. Anyone in our line of work should rock a cape.
You might be onto something, Max.
Phew, so here we go. First day on the job. We've got this, right?
Right. Don't forget, we both graduated from Dogs Inc. with honors.
Which means I can guide my human around a busy city with ease.
And I can give my human a restful night.
I hope my human is kind and loving.
And I hope mine likes wet kisses and zoomies.
Ready to make a difference?
Born ready. Let's go.
Discover how extraordinary dogs like Daisy and Max change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
It's been a real journey since 2014 when I first had my injury. I realized that my home was just not working for me and that it was time to ask for help. Homes for Our Troops is really giving me my life back. The shower allows me to go in and turn around with my chair, pull down storage racks, automated door systems, hours of my morning given back to me. Adaptive sports are a huge part of my life, a huge part of my healing journey as well. Homes for Our Troops helped with making sure that I had a home gym so that I can continue to train. This past year, I was able to host Thanksgiving in my home. And it was the first time I was able to have my whole family in one place, and I was able to contribute to the meal. There are a lot more veterans in need, and Homes for Our Troops is going to be there to help them too.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Second hour of the program, final hour of the program for the day. It's Tito, it's Bobby, it's Bodie. Hop in the chat if you'd like to. Bob, got a question for you.
Yeah, I got an answer for you.
That's
You're
great.
asking me the same question that you asked
Might be
me?
the same one earlier. No, I'm not going to ask that question. No.
Okay, that's fine.
No, I'm not going to ask that question. I have a different question. I'm already in the holster, ready to go, in the chamber, if you will. And I don't have any reason to think like Matt Patricia won't be back. But how much?
Why would you not think that?
Because I want him here.
That's good.
I'm going to will him here. My question, though, Bob.
The way you ask your questions and the opinions you have are so based upon not really, I don't think, what you think, just what you like, your selfish needs and what you believe.
Some people ask why. Tito asks why not.
Exactly. Bob, of course that's what I do. A lot of this is self-serving.
All self-serving.
It's not all. A lot of it is. I'd say a lot of it is. I wouldn't say all.
No.
Overwhelming majority.
I'm surprised you didn't hang in there for that Eagles concert. I'm surprised. Like, you know what?
That is true. Why didn't you wait
this sucker up?
Why didn't you wait? Why didn't you wait a little bit longer? When was the wedding supposed to be?
We can gut this out.
I don't remember the details on it, Bob. I know she was making centerpieces.
Yeah,
crafting them.
I mean, do we have any deposits that were coming due? Like,
I don't know if there's a deposit or not. We talked about a honeymoon. But
we didn't even have the venue yet?
I don't know if we did or not, but it's been a long time. Hey, honestly, a lot's happened. A lot's happened to old Tito over here since those days back in the early 90s.
Another couple more engagements.
Yes.
One of them to a wedding.
Yes.
Maybe a separation.
Yes.
Another wedding.
Start to lose track.
It's hard, Bob. My question,
like a modern-day Wilt Chamberlain over here.
Well, no, I don't think Wilt was ever engaged. He engaged a lot. I don't think he was engaging. I don't think he was engaged.
Like Henry VIII.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. Bob.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
How much
Tito the fan.
How much does the conversation like that, though, about, like, say, a Matt Patricia, come into play when you're talking to transfers? Because I got to believe if I'm a defensive player looking to transfer and Ohio State wants me, I want to know. I want some kind of, I don't want to say, it doesn't have to be like a written guarantee, but like a handshake agreement that Matt Patricia is going to be here. Does that happen?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's been a lot going on, so I haven't had a chance to fully dive in and talk about all this. I did mention something to him after the game about him staying here. I believe that, I think that Matt likes it here. Does he want to stay here long term? I think that there's a thought that he did. I know that Ryan really appreciates him being here.
Mm-hmm.
The only question that I have that I would ask is that when it comes to, would he rather coach in the NFL versus college?
Okay.
Because I think based upon how well his defense did, there's going to be a number of people that may be interested in him coaching in the NFL.
Does what happened with Chip Kelly and Jim Knowles affect the way Matt Patricia is viewed?
I think Vegas is a dumpster fire right now.
Okay.
And Jim Knowles, no, because people watch the film. And Matt Patricia has a 20-year history in the NFL.
Sure.
And, yeah, the Detroit situation was great. Was he a good offensive coordinator?
Maybe not. Maybe not for that, right?
Quite as much there. I mean, the fact that he could even put together a coherent offense is pretty impressive, considering he's been a defensive guy that long.
Right.
But I don't think that those things have any bearing on it. I think he is viewed in NFL circles as a really, really great defensive mind, and a guy that we've gotten to see in Columbus now that people really enjoy playing for and working with. He's a good man.
I could think of a spot for him, Bob.
No, but don't, Bodie. We're not doing this today. We're not,
And
not
listen,
going to be
the spot that
self-serving
you're
for you,
thinking
too.
of is not one that is unrealistic either.
Where's the breaking news sound of that one? Really?
I think that there would probably be some changes happening there, and I think.
Oh God, I hope so.
And with those changes, I didn't realize there was some things were brought to light to me. So that is one place that I am fairly worried about.
Ooh. Wow. That's a big statement, but okay. I just wonder, Bob, and I'm not saying it's fair. I just say, like, the perception of, like, oh, yeah, this guy did, like, in Chip Kelly's case, in Jim Knowles' case, these guys did great when they had superior talent on their side of the ball. And I agree with you on the Vegas thing. A lot of it has to do with I think the organizationally, they've got issues there.
Jim Knowles did good when he was at Oklahoma State. Like, he did good at a lot of places. Like, they weren't bad at Penn State, but just the way that after knowing and seeing his defense and how it's run and how it's called, and then meeting him as a guy, very intelligent dude, understands the game. I don't necessarily love the way that his defense is constructed, but I don't know that he is like a great leader of men either, as opposed to a guy who's a really good schemist, if you will.
Yeah, I think that the Patricia thing, there were a lot of great things about the relationships he's built with Ohio State that's come out. Like, I can't remember which player it was. One of the players have said
all of them have said it.
Have said, like, I've talked more to him, and like
I talked to him more in the first month than I did with Jim here in 3 years.
Right. Yes, and so I remember hearing that.
I forget which one of the players said that, but there's been multiple guys that have echoed that same sentiment.
So, one of the it's hard to say benefits, though, Bob, but one of the benefits of Ohio State not playing right now is that they can get into the transfer portal and fill some needs. It feels to me like the biggest need for them is offensive line. Do you agree with that?
Well, it depends on who all leaves, too. There's a lot of guys that have gotten in. There's a stat, I think 40% of all Division I NCAA football players are in the portal right now.
That's amazing.
What? 40%?
Yeah, that's a huge number.
Oh, it's like over 2,000.
It's more than that, yeah. Yeah, it's more than that.
It's like 3,000 or something crazy.
It doesn't even seem possible.
Exactly. How big is the portal? I didn't know. I mean, I thought you had to get a seat. Here's the problem. It's like when you book your flight and they're like, we'll give you your seat at the gate. Like, I never trust that. Unless I have one that's marked down with my name on it right here.
You're going to be sitting out there on the wing.
Yeah. You know what? We actually don't have enough seats for you. You're going to take the next one.
Sorry, sir.
But you sold me this ticket.
Wow.
There's no corresponding seat. Did you know you were just hoping that not enough people would show up? That's kind of what the portal is. A lot of these guys aren't going to find their homes.
I have seen.
Maybe it wasn't 40%.
I've seen different numbers, though. I've seen like up to 4,500 maybe in the portal.
Yeah. I mean,
which is insane.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 40% of them won't find a home.
That could be.
And is that Division I players, Thitoff, you said?
I'm looking here. Yahoo's got, let me see. I know that like the AI thing says over 3,700 players entered on the first day with numbers climbing quickly. The movement accounts for a large portion, over 30% of college football players. It says over 3,700 to over 4,000 Division I scholarship athletes on day one alone, representing roughly 1/3 of D1 players.
Okay, so this was from a couple years ago, but from Football Scoop here, 40% of scholarship FBS players do not find scholarships on the other side of the transfer portal.
Gosh.
That was from 2022, but I can't imagine it's changed that much.
Okay, maybe it's gone up 5%.
Yeah,
maybe it's gone down 5%.
Yeah.
There's not going to be some massive variance with that. There's just not enough seats. There's not enough seats. So the portal situation is rough. Very, very rough, to say the least.
I asked Ben the same thing, Bob. Like, is there anybody? Because I contend that most people Ohio State's lost in the last couple of years. It's not been, as far as I'm concerned. I look at it and say, oh, "Wow, I can't believe they're gonna miss that guy a lot."
That's true.
Now, I think they'll miss Keenholz in some aspects, but
he was really good. Lincoln is an NFL player.
God, you keep saying that. He's down at Louisville now.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch him and follow him.
That's a good spot.
It
too.
is.
It is.
It really is for him. And I told him, when all this works, I was back through there on Friday, and a lot of the guys that were in there that I saw happened to be guys who were in the portal.
Right.
I would see that. Some of them I knew before, and I saw that he got in. I expected him to. And I helped his recruitment. I think a lot of Lincoln as a young man, and really enjoy his family as well. So I told him, I was like, thank you for everything you've done here. Like the program is better for you having been in it than it wasn't. Like anything I can ever do for you moving forward, let me know. I wish you the greatest success. I don't know how this works, maybe you get in, come back. I mean, because there are guys who've gotten in and come back.
What, Peoples last year, right? Dixon, was that Peoples or was it last year? Was it Dixon?
Sam Williams Dixon
did, right?
I think Bryson Rogers got in and came back, who, by the way, he's in the portal
back
too.
Again, yeah.
There and back again, Hobbit's tail. But it's like just, I don't know how this works, but this wasn't like a thing when I was in school.
Yep.
But just thank you. I appreciate it. You've handled yourself the right way as a pro the whole time here. And that's a great thing.
So,
but there's other guys like Aaron Scott being in the portal. Like Lincoln is from South Dakota. You talk about Bryce West and Aaron Scott, who were two top 10 players in the state of Ohio, two of the best corners, coming out, that played some this year. I think they probably both wish they played more, but both of those guys are in the portal, and one's from Springfield, one's from Glenville. And those are Ohio guys who I think have the ability to play here, and they're going to be in their third year. And that I think is I'm going to say troubling, but it is a little concerning. And I don't know if everybody gets in now just to kind of test your worth, like test the waters of free agency. Like, I've made it this far, might as well see what I can get out there. But Ohio State's had some coaches, none of the frontline assistants, but other guys have left and taken jobs other places. So people are wondering, well, is there a connection there? Will they be going with them to Tennessee or wherever it might be?
South Florida. And Bob, I look at it now, and I don't know if you can give a peek behind the curtain on this one or not, because you kind of alluded to it a little bit, but whatever a player goes in and says I guess he's got to enter the portal, tell Ohio State I'm entering the portal, probably has a conversation with his position coach and Ryan Day, I'm entering the portal.
Well, you have to go and the way you get in there, you think you have to go talk to compliance and do all that. And so I think a lot of these conversations had started even after the Big Ten championship or after, in that week there. Usually those kind of start after regular season because they got to figure out what's our plan of who we're getting. Right. Are you staying? Are you leaving? There's your financial elements of, hey, you were making this last year. What are you thinking I'll be making next year? I mean, that's real.
Yeah.
And so if those two numbers aren't aligned, then, maybe the portal is something that they're looking at as well.
So I remember when I unexpectedly transferred from the Fan the first time, and I was walked out by human resources. That's what they do when people like that happens. What happens with if a guy says I'm entering the portal, do they still have access to everything there most of the time, or do they have to?
That's the way it's supposed to.
They're supposed to.
Yeah, I don't know that they don't. But that's when you get in the portal, you're still supposed to be able to come in and I don't know if you work out with the team. Now they don't have any team workouts or anything going on right now, but to be able to do that and kind of keep your medical stuff and you're still going to class or whatever. And they've moved these portal windows around and everything, so I don't know how it all truly works. But that was the way that it was designed, I guess, in theory.
I didn't look if a guy like Keenholz, for instance, who's leaving on good terms. It's not like he's bad-mouthing and getting kicked out of the program. He's leaving on good terms. And he's now committed. He says he's going to Louisville. I didn't know if if today he walked in there and Maradi's there, he says, hey, I got questions for you. Can I do this work? Is that still something that Ohio State is obligated to honor, or would they say you're no longer here?
I think some of it is the player dependent on what your current standing is with the team and how you've handled everything and all of that. I think those guys do, but just the relationships with their coaches. I mean, they have exit physicals that you can get, because here's the thing that you have to get, or you're supposed to.
Right.
If you have an injury or something has happened and you don't get that taken care of at Ohio State, you get in the portal, and then the next team won't clear you. Well, what do?
Right.
You didn't get your exit physical. If there's something wrong, you'd have surgery on or whatever. There's ways to go about it. And so, there's a lot of issues that come into play, because it's like I said, it's kind of like the NFL now, but not. It's like the NFL, but without any of the rules.
Okay.
So it's kind of a mess, minus the kinda.
And it feels to me like they need to address special teams.
Oh, the kicking situation. Didn't they? Well, I think they signed a long snapper.
But
I believe they offered Illinois' kicker, if I'm not mistaken.
They did?
I thought so. Yeah, the kick. Watching Pittsburgh last night, watching Baltimore miss that field goal. It's there you go, Baltimore fans. now you know what it's like.
I mean, the kicking game did not cost them the game against Miami. Didn't help.
I forget who I think it was you talking about this. Who were you on with, Reeser?
Reeser, yeah.
I don't. It didn't. That wasn't like the. No, I don't agree with you.
Okay.
It wasn't the reason they lost, but it was a co-mitigating factor. Like that's part of the reason.
Sure.
It wasn't the reason. I don't know if you could look and say there was the reason. The Big Ten championship, there are other plays that could be made. I will never just say it's one thing, but hell, if you can't make a field goal inside of 30 yards in a climate-controlled environment as a kicker at a place like this, then you're the wrong person for it. Like I'm just telling you right now. Like that is part of doing your job, being able to making your layups. For anything inside of 50, I mean, if there wasn't the history of it and the Michigan, some of the stuff last year, probably be a little bit different, and just some of the footage and things that you saw before the Big Ten championship with him and what he was talking back with fans and stuff. I'm like, dude, when you win, say little. When you lose, say less. You've taken a lot of L's, bro. Just shut your trap and go do your job. Okay? And when you do your job really, really well, other people will give you credit for it.
No, I think my point, though, Bob, is that it wasn't one of the top 8 reasons Ohio State lost the game. I think there were other things.
Yeah, no.
You think it was higher than that?
Yeah.
I
watched I rewatched the whole game. I'm putting in the top 8. I'm putting in the top 5. I'm not saying it's number 1, but it's in
top
there.
4.
The field goal kick, the miss, the field goal, the kicking. I mean, look, the one thing on the punt was something different with special teams, and that was a huge change.
That's a whole other. That's the difference too. The fact that you have a penalty.
Yeah.
And listen, the punt. That's a whole other deal that they shouldn't have had. But then also you lose 20 yards in field position.
That was big.
That matters too.
Yeah.
But if you get 3 points, I went and watched every single play and graded all of it over the weekend.
Ooh.
All the game, the whole game, watched it all. Notes on every single play. Right.
All
here.
right.
Like that's. I mean.
And what did you write about the field? Did you write your personal thoughts on the field? Did you write
I wrote as I'm going through that. I didn't write anything down about the field goal. I'm talking about structural things that are going on with the game, but I do write momentum things. Like you get the ball back, you get a chance right there. We're talking about winning the middle 8, despite all of the other crap that happened.
Yeah.
You get a chance to finally get points. Your offense puts you in a position to win. On the 2nd and 2 and 3rd and 2, could you only have scrambled and probably picked up another 5 or 6 yards?
Yeah.
Sure, you had no timeouts, but there's 15 seconds left. You have plenty of time to spike it because you get a first down. There was no one in front of you for 7 or 8 yards. So go pick up some positive yards. Now, was he probably haunted by the Will Howard situation at Oregon? Maybe.
Right.
I don't know. But you're getting a first down, which is what's different. But you get it to a field goal right there. It gives you points. You're getting the ball back.
Right.
You go down, and ultimately how it happened, you would have scored, and that field goal would have been the tying points at 17 all.
All right.
That's a big difference because then you're calling the game if you're Miami differently. Like being tied is a lot different than being in the lead, especially when you're up 14-0
and trying to run the clock out.
Trying to run the clock out. And so then all of a sudden, now Ohio State's been on a 17-3 run.
Right.
And you're getting the ball and thinking, oh crap, this is not a good situation. But just all of the momentum and things when you're going to locker room, the things that when a play is bigger than just the result of that play, it's bigger than the 3 points. That was a play like that.
So I was talking to, I think it was Jimmy Bell about this. Now, this is going to be revisionist history, Bob, so I don't know if you can give an answer on it or not. But if Will Howard's the quarterback, is Ohio State still playing?
I don't know. That's a really tough question to ask. I'm not sure.
Because I'm just looking like how he would be more apt to run than Sayin probably would be.
But he also, I don't know if it's as skilled as a passer is saying.
Right.
Saying maybe he would have been better in the last 2 games, especially in the first half of both when you had some more pressure on you. Then maybe and just him also being a 5th-year guy.
Sure.
Maybe being a little bit better equipped to be able to handle that at that point in time. But I think Julian is a much more talented arm than Will does.
What else jumped out to you as you took notes?
Oh, goodness. There was the thing is, defensively, I'm far more critical on the defense than I am on the offense just because I know it a lot better. And so, you give up 17 points in a game.
Yeah.
Even though you're giving up, some of those points, only 17, I'm looking at plays, on the very edge of things where the thing that was underrated that not a lot of people probably realized is when Lorenzo Styles went out, what they chose to then do, and he had played inside before, is they chose to bump then Jermaine Matthews in and bring in Devin Sanchez at outside. Well, Devin gets reps during the week, not as many as Jermaine does outside because Jermaine's a starter. Well, Jermaine got minimal reps inside. He's the backup there, but you're not like doing all of that. And you can only have one guy take so many reps per practice. And so there was little things that happened with some of that as far as some completions that happened or maybe run fits that occurred because it wasn't probably as clean as it could have been. And they're like, I'm talking things on the margins, but when you lose a game that closely and like the things happen the way they do, there was some stuff that happened in there. Like Sonny Styles missed, I think what people say, his first tackle all year. Like he's been really good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, you got a guy dead to rights. You got Fletcher dead. You got to make the play. And it sucks because he's made it all year.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
not saying
The worst time to lose
the
it.
The only reason I expect him to make that is because of how good he is.
Right.
That's the problem. Like Caleb Downs missed a tackle. Caleb Downs never misses tackles the same way. Like we got bled a little bit on some plays defensively. On offense, I mean, there was some times where there were guys open, and my goodness, if you could get a hand on a guy up front offensively, then there's guys that are open that are out there. Like the scrambles by
Beck,
like the 3rd and 11 was a crusher. I'm looking at that and thinking, oh my gosh. There's a play where Caleb gets a little inside and they throw it out to the flat and they get some yards. There's ones where we didn't overrun the motion and some things ultimately happened. I think we got away from the run. Everybody wanted that Ryan Day wasn't aggressive enough. I'm like, dude, I think we threw the ball too much in the second half. Like, honestly, I think they didn't run it enough in the first. They were running the ball well outside of the one stretch because the way they were playing it with their ends being wide, they got wide on one and Austin couldn't cut him off, and I think that the tight end should have probably helped a little more on the climb. But outside of that, you go watch them run the ball, you're running for 4 yards of play in the middle, down their throat, like at a minimum.
Yeah.
And, the one holding, which was a terrible call on Phillip Daniels. My gosh, you don't call any holdings in that game. But where was that? That was in the third quarter.
Late third?
Yeah, I want to say, because you're running the football, but then you get to a 2nd and 20, and then that gets into a bad spot. And then you're chasing because you get away. You're not behind this. You're not ahead of the chains anymore. I thought Julian made some really nice, had some really nice passes and some really nice plays. Offensive line, I think, got it together a little bit much better in the second half. But I mean, there's some stuff over there. Good counter, reverse. I mean, like a lot of stuff that I really liked. Good ball, PI. I mean, this is like literally game notes as I'm going through it. No overrun. There you go. Eventually get off the field. The 3rd and 11. Yeah, there you go. Like it just there's little things on the margin that gave up a little bit more yards. Yeah, the punt, illegal procedure plus 20 yards.
Yes.
That's not a good situation. Like there's I don't want to call individual guys out. There's 3-15 beat up front. Like there's a play Julian made on the 3rd and 15. Like it was a heck of a play by him because like there was got beat up front cleanly with it. Bad holding call. Checked out. Like there's just.
I would like
a lot.
I would like to see in the offseason, one of the things that they would work on would be making Julian more of a threat with his legs. Not that he doesn't have to be Michael Vick. I'm just saying to where I would feel more confident with him running the ball because he doesn't look like he felt comfortable to me when he was forced to run.
One of the things they also did is they cracked the defense a lot and started putting stuff on the corners. We didn't fit it all that well. Like that's it. Julian being a runner, I mean, that's part of his development, I think, and like part of his physical maturation as well. Like those things need to happen, and that's another part of it with some different things. So, yeah.
Coming up next, NFL playoffs are set. We'll discuss that, break it down. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. In football, a quarterback needs protection, time in the pocket to make the big play. In business, your pocket is your cash flow. Without the right protection, pressure can come fast. A great banking partner is like your O-line, pancaking your problems to keep you marching down the field. Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they help local businesses protect the pocket.
Thanks, Bobby. At Riverside Bank, we help you guard what matters most, with cash management, flexible credit solutions, and fraud protection that keeps your business upright and moving forward.
That's right, Chuck. Because whether you're running a small shop or leading a regional enterprise, protecting your pocket is how you stay in the game. Come see us at Riverside Bank, and we'll help you play to win. Look for our new branch location at Bridge Park in 2026.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad, and I feel very proud to be a son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt U.S. Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
You need a bank that truly values business in this town and the opportunity to work alongside them as partners. Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area and will help you reach your goals. Whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Do you guys trust any team the most in the Super Bowl, like in the playoffs right now, in the NFL playoffs? Like, I can poke holes in every one, either because of a young quarterback or, inexperienced postseason guy, whatever, But I'm still not ready, much like I still haven't. I'm starting to believe in Indiana now. But Sam Darnold's still in that realm for me. I just meant he's 28-6 the last 2 years of the regular season. But do you trust Sam Darnold?
It's not just that. I mean, you haven't watched Philly win on a big scale. Like, the thing is, like, out of the people you trust, I'd say you trust probably Burrow in Cincinnati, Mahomes in Kansas City.
Right.
Like, outside of those guys, is there anybody like you overly? I think I trust Stafford and the Rams, but they got beat by Carolina.
Maybe Josh Allen in Buffalo.
Probably Josh Allen in Buffalo. I mean, they've looked up and down a little bit at points this year. But just trying to think of teams. I think I trust San Francisco if they can get healthy enough.
Right.
If you can get Kittle back and get some of the guys, I think I trust San Francisco. But there's not a lot of teams that I really believe in out there right now.
I think the thing with that, too, is the teams I would probably trust the most are going to spend most, if not all, of the postseason on the road. Yeah.
That's it.
And it's like if San Francisco had won Saturday night, and I don't know, they wouldn't have necessarily still had a quote-unquote home field advantage in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Because it's become such like a corporate thing.
Right.
But I still would guess there's still something to like sleeping in your own bed, living in your own home, that like routine there. But I'm with you guys. Like Buffalo, the Rams, the 49ers, like those are probably 3 teams that I'm like, yeah, I feel pretty good about those teams. But they're not even playing one home game.
Yeah.
If you're the 49ers, you're going to Philly, and then I guess they could host the Packers if Green Bay and themselves both won. But if not, then you got to go to Chicago. Like if just the higher seeds win, that's tough. Like,
do you trust? Do you trust the Bears? Do you trust the Patriots? Like the Patriots are really good, but they've played a really soft schedule.
Yeah, and those are the two seeds. Like,
yes, those are. That's what I'm saying. Like, those are teams that they're supposed to be pretty darn good. So how much do you trust them? And it's not. I mean, I think both of the coaches are really good, but their quarterbacks are wildly unproven in the playoffs. And it's their first, not even the quarterback. It's kind of their first go around as a team doing it. So, usually his history has shown us that it takes a little bit of time to kind of get through the playoffs, to experience what that's like, what that environment is like before you're able to have success.
So I'm looking at Green Bay's at Chicago, and cold weather. Yes, they're both cold weather teams, so that kind of takes that part out of it. You've got a very inexperienced Caleb Williams, and so. I don't know who's going to win that game. I would not be shocked if Green Bay wins that game. San Francisco, Philly, that'll be tough. Rams at Carolina, give me the Rams and with their team
I would think, but Carolina did beat them, and granted, it's been a minute ago since that happened.
Right.
But Carolina did win that game in Carolina earlier this year.
But I'm saying if all 3 of those road teams won, I would not be surprised.
Yeah, not at all.
And in the AFC, then you've got the Chargers are traveling to Indy with a second-year quarterback. Granted, love the coach at New England. I love Vrabel. He's a fantastic coach, but nonetheless, this is the first go-around for May in something like this. You've got the Bills at Jacksonville. And about 2 months ago, we thought Trevor Lawrence was a bust.
I can't trust Jacksonville.
Okay, so, again, and I'll take Josh Allen that one, too. And then you got the Texans at the Steelers. Love C.J. Stroud. Playing in Pittsburgh, though, I don't feel like Houston's definitely going to win that game.
I don't trust Pittsburgh, though, either.
I don't trust Pittsburgh either. But you've got Aaron Rodgers there, though, a guy who's got playoff experience. Good playoff experience.
I think you saw that last night with him.
Yeah.
I mean, he carried that team at points. I mean, he's 41, 42 years old, pulling the ball down, running, going and getting first downs. I mean, he's pretty good.
It's incredibly wide open. Incredibly wide open, I think, in both conferences. And the fact you reseed after that first round is is going to mitigate some things as well. But Denver, because they've got Sean Payton there and their defense has been really good, I think I might trust them the most.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But they still have a quarterback that hasn't done anything in the playoffs. That's the problem, is all these teams have young quarterbacks.
Does home field matter that much?
I think it does to an extent. I think depending on if you're a cold weather team having home field and you're playing warm weather teams, I think that does matter.
So if the Chargers had to play the Broncos, it'd be an advantage. A significant advantage.
The Chargers have to play the Patriots on the road.
They play the Patriots on the road first. If they win that, they're going to play the
Broncos.
Broncos.
It's a night game. What do you think that's going to feel like? I mean, there's a chance it might be 40 degrees. There's also a chance it might be 15. And that's real.
Houston's at Pittsburgh. It's going to be 30 degrees, I think, when that game kicks off on Monday night.
I will say with Denver and Seattle, too, those are 2 real home field advantages.
Yeah.
I mean, those are 2 tough places to play. I don't think those 2 teams are incapable of losing, but the 12th man up there in Seattle, and then Denver's got a strong home field advantage. That's, I don't know how much, Bobby, you could speak this, I'm sure.
Both of them.
Play at Mile High. That probably, it's going to affect you a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Playing in Denver in
the noise in Seattle is loud.
Yeah.
It's the closest you're going to get to a college environment. Kansas City's like that. Denver gets a little bit loud, but yeah, you're right. Being a Mile High, it's cold. Altitude, there's things that are real when it comes to that. And Seattle has another good one, and they're going to be juiced up for that.
I'll do the improv Michael Scott gun to your head. What's your Super Bowl pick then? What 2 teams do you think? If you had to make a pick right now, what 2 teams do you think are in the Super Bowl?
Ooh.
And Bodie can't say Notre Dame because they did not get invited.
Again.
Some more.
I'm still a Rams fan.
Me too. Okay. I'll go Rams-Texans.
You'll go Rams-Texans.
Wow. If I can give myself to the Texans yet.
I can't do it yet.
I'll ride the defense.
I'm so glad you said defense after that. So, Bob, you've got Rams and who?
I'm still not out on the Bills. Depending on health. I'm looking at quarterbacks here. I would say Rams and Bills right now.
See, that's what I would say,
They
too.
may both lose in the first round. So
But the fact we all have the Rams, though, makes me think it's not going to be the Rams because we all three feel pretty good about the Rams.
If the Niners had won Saturday night, I would have picked them.
100%. I thought they were.
Okay.
I think going on the road at least twice and potentially a third time, that's tough, man.
I thought they were going to win. I was like, they're going to win. They'll get
Yeah.
home field. Like, that'll be a good situation for them.
Falcons already made a move there on the coaching front and the GM front.
They're both gone.
Yeah, they're
Well,
both
they fired
gone.
the GM, too.
Yeah,
Okay.
they got rid of both of them. GM Terry Fontenot and the head coach Raheem Morris both gone. Do you think both Browns and Bengals have the same head coach next year when the season starts?
Ooh. Cincinnati didn't fire anybody. That's the only thing.
Especially they have money on their contract still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're gonna pay somebody to not coach. So I would think Taylor's back. But Cleveland.
Is Stefanski back? I don't know.
I thought I read something over the weekend. I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Diana Rossini in The Athletic.
Yeah.
That said she was kind of hearing, if that's who it was,
right.
Was hearing that they were leaning towards moving on.
Yep.
I admittedly don't know his contract situation off the top of my head, but I don't feel like Stefanski's a bad coach. I'm sure Browns fans may not agree with that, but I don't know. It's the quarterback situation up there has been just such a mess.
And I don't blame that on him. That's not his
Yeah.
fault. I mean, he's part of it, but it wasn't like he was the one that said, let's go all in on Deshaun.
Yeah.
And then here's who we're drafting. Like, he's a part of that decision, but he's not the be-all, end-all.
And they've seemed to, the Haslam family, for better or worse, has seemed to lean into stability, which I don't blame them because for so long, Cleveland was just new coach every 1 to 2 years. I'll say him and Barry stick around at least next year, yeah. So I'll say both stay.
According to Pro Football Network, if the Browns fired Stefanski before the 2026 season, the 2 guaranteed years remain. Annual salary is $3.5 million. They'd owed him $7 million total if he has 2 years remaining on his contract. What this is saying, but they haven't said exactly what his contract is. That's the belief is that he has that.
He makes $3.5 million.
Annual salary $3.5 million is what it said. Yeah,
that doesn't seem like a lot for a coach.
No, especially when we talk about college coaches making 10 plus.
Yeah,
Chip Kelly making 6+.
Yeah,
yeah. I wonder if the Browns.
He's the best quarterback you can get in that, or best head coach you can get in that price range.
And then there was talk about if he gets fired and the Dolphins move off McDaniel, McDaniel might be an option for the Browns.
That would be awesome.
The thing too with like Cleveland,
he embodies the city of Cleveland. I think.
Yeah, with his khakis,
the tight
it'd be a
pants.
little cold up there wearing those once you get past Halloween. The thing with Cleveland, and you can obviously say this about any team moving on from their coach, is like last year it felt like there was some really strong candidates to take over. Like Vrabel was
Vrabel was, there was guys out there.
Ben
who,
Johnson, everybody like really liked. I don't know if there's that guy this year.
Yeah,
and so if you're like, well, if it's Stefanski or I honestly don't even really know who the up and coming coordinators are, but if there's not a guy you love,
Marcus Freeman.
Don't say that, Bob. Why would you put that into the atmosphere? let's not root for that until I don't know, maybe 2035. How old is his youngest? Let them all get through high school.
Oh, he's got a younger one. Really young.
Yes, I'm aware. That's why I'm rooting for that.
He is awkwardly
Listen, Marcus,
and a bit of a red flag aware about Marcus Freeman's family.
You never want to take your children out of their school. You know,
Don't want to do
they
that,
got
right? Yes.
Friends, teachers they love.
Yes, you're right.
I think Freeman would be crazy too to leave Notre Dame for the Browns. But nevertheless, I don't know if you're going to move on from Stefanski. I'm not saying he's perfect, but if you're going to move on from him, who has at least had some success there, I think you got to feel strong about the next candidate, and I don't know if that guy's out there.
That's what I mean on Saturday. It's like if the Browns want to get a really good established head coach, they have to overpay them the same way they overpaid Deshaun Watson and Myles Garrett.
Yeah,
that's the only way they're going to get somebody who is an established track record, desired head coach. Now you can get an up and coming coordinator, you can get a guy coaching in college right now, maybe, but you're not going to get a. You're not going to get a sure, not that there's any sure things. You're not going to get a more of a surefire thing, though, unless you overpay. And if Mike McDaniel ends up with the Browns, I will continue
to feel better about that. Like
no, but
I feel worse.
I feel like going back and Googling the Will Ferrell YouTube videos of tight pants. when he was singing out there with Jimmy Fallon.
He's like just a more metro version of Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm saying it's like that's all that is right there, though.
Millennial version.
Everyone's looking at my tight pants.
Do you think him vaping on the sideline is endearing to Cleveland fans?
I think
is that a
fans
good
can
thing?
relate. I think they can relate to that.
Okay.
I'm done railing on them. I can't. I'm just glad the Steelers host a playoff game.
I think if you bring in a new coach too, you're already kind of giving them the first years a pass a little bit because of the Deshaun Watson thing, where maybe you just hang on to Stefanski because it's like, hey, one more year. If he fixes it, great. If not, we'll clean slate.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's probably what they should I think they'll hold on to him. I think he and Taylor both could be coaches next year again. I don't want to sit on Saturday when I was talking to Reeser, so it may be totally different, but don't hold me to that because I've changed a lot in the last 2 days.
You watched that game yesterday.
Changed a lot.
Yeah, like Stefanski.
Yeah, hey.
He hasn't lost the
big
locker
win.
room.
Big win.
They set a record this year.
They did.
Broke
big win.
2-decade-old record.
Coming up next, we'll tell you what's got us juice. Morning Juice.
Hey, folks, it's Jeremy Birmingham, Berm from the Austin and Berm Show here on 97.1 The Fan. I figured I owed you guys another check-in now that I'm 2 weeks into Awaken 180, and I'm happy to let you know I'm down 14 pounds. What surprised me really isn't that number. It's really how normal this feels. I'm not miserable, I'm not obsessing over food, and I'm not guessing. I'm just following the plan and watching it work, and that's why this matters. Because if you're like me, you've tried things before where week 1 feels exciting and week 2 feels exhausting. This is definitely not that. Awaken 180 gives me structure. It tells me exactly what I need to do and is with me to ensure that I'm doing it right. Ultimately, that's the difference. For someone like me who spends a lot of time on the road, in the car, and eating at weird hours, all that stuff matters. If weight loss is your goal this year, don't pick something you hope you can stick with. Pick something that's already sticking. 2 weeks, 14 pounds, and I'm just getting started. Find your own results and free support for life at awaken180weightloss.com.
This holiday season, Germain Toyota of Columbus is unwrapping incredible savings on the toughest trucks around. Right now, drive home a 2025 or 2026 Toyota Tundra with an unbeatable 0% financing for up to 72 months. That's right, power, performance, and 0%. And there's more holiday cheer. Every Tundra is sold at MSRP with 20% due at signing. No gimmicks, no surprises, just real value on one of America's favorite full-size trucks. So upgrade to a brand new Toyota Tundra. Holiday savings at Germain Toyota of Columbus on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I. And then we.
Brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence.
We've pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together,
established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
Just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Your child is sick. With those 4 words, the innocence and joy of childhood disappears. But Starlight has taught us 4 other words that make all the difference. The power of play. Happy kids heal faster. That's why Starlight Children's Foundation delivers happiness through gaming, toy deliveries, and more to hospitals across the country. Learn more at starlight.org.
Tito invited the new Russian family who moved in down the street to watch Rocky IV. It did not go well.
I must break you.
This is Morning Juice.
Final segment of the program. Thank you to Bill Bender for joining us. Thank you to all the chatters. Love that as well. Let's close things out, Bodie, with what's got us juiced.
Why is it not playing?
I don't know.
Huh.
Am I supposed to play?
I'm clicking on it, and nothing's happening. Let me try moving it. Still nothing.
I'm not getting on this end either. I'm pushing it.
You're clicking on it. Well,
I clicked on it.
Well, you know what? Just go ahead. We'll give the sponsor one more day.
We talk
Sponsored
over
by
it. Watch
Billiards
that.
Plus. Find
Yep.
your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin
it's just
Center
a
Drive
talking there.
in Dublin.
That's all right. Billiards Plus has been with us for a while now.
So they're dead to us now, though. Bob, it's Monday. What's got you juiced?
Oh, goodness. What's got me juiced? Well, it's like we're back in the saddle. I know we were in on Friday. It didn't feel like a real day because it was like one day I was in here and then the weekend. And I just got back from Dallas. It was just, honestly, I'm a little relieved not to be getting on a plane tomorrow to fly to Phoenix. I would love to be out there to be a part of it and see everything. But the thought of like literally going and playing a game right now with just everything that's going on it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't know how last year I was able to get it done. But I'm happy to get back into my routine. And I'm a big routine guy. And so getting through that, getting up, as much as I lament sometimes waking up early, last night I was like, all right, I got to get to bed, got to work. I actually got to work tomorrow and come on in and go do the show. That'll be a fun time. And then get into the rest of my day, go over to the Woody, get a workout in, do the Rooster show with Austin, those guys. And yeah, like there's no like practice or anything to visit. Like a lot of things have opened up on the schedule. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting situation that we're in right now. But I'm juiced to new beginnings. And so not juiced about the portal and everything that goes with that. That is absolutely brutal. But I stumbled on this little nugget too. I sent over to Bodie, I don't know, sometime, I think maybe Friday. I don't even remember what it's. I know it's from Braveheart, and it was. I remember when I saw it, and it made me happy.
Got me juiced this morning.
Oh, let's go. So let's get it juiced up today. Oh yeah, you know what I remember it is. It's some of the great lines from Braveheart, and this is about leadership out there, if you will, Bodes.
Now tell me, what does that mean to be noble? Your title gives you claim to the throne of our country, but men don't follow titles. They follow courage. Now if people know you, noble and common, they respect you. And if you would just lead them to freedom, they follow you. And so would I.
That's right. They don't follow titles, they follow courage. One of the great lines that you will ever hear. Bodie, what Schleich got to say?
Modify, don't miss. You made a bad executive decision to go after that loose ball knowing that you never train legs. There's no way in God's green earth you train legs. So you are going to be top heavy. You probably don't bend very well. And you're going to fall down. So guess what? Don't put yourself in a position to fall down.
Was that Schleggs or Mel Gibson still?
Okay, I think he was talking about you, unfortunately. The one time you went to dive after a basketball or something.
Oh, that's probably right. Yeah, and I was on the shelf.
By
for
the
a while.
way,
yes.
Also, speaking of that, zero chance you can make a 25-yard field goal.
Oh, I disagree with that.
I don't.
From the 15, I think I could, Bob.
I'm telling you right now. Well, not zero chance, but it's if I gave you 10 shots at it, you're not making more than 2.
How far is the McAfee one normally?
33.
33. Yeah, it's like it's NFL extra point, I think, is what it is.
Yeah. I think I can make it 25.
Just like right now?
Do you think you could?
Or like how much practice time we
Exactly.
Just we go out there and you put a ball. It will be with a tee or a holder.
Holder. Off the ground.
I think I could.
Right now.
What do you think you could run a 40 in?
First, we're not doing running 40.
Because I'm just asking you.
Okay.
Kicking a ball, you have to generate a requisite amount of leg speed.
It's only a couple of steps, though.
It's not the steps. It's the swinging of the leg.
What can I run a 40 in?
Because I don't think that people vastly overestimate their ability to go do things that haven't done them before.
You think 9 seconds? 40?
I would say you could do it in 9 seconds.
I hope so.
I was trying to envision you sprinting as you were talking about this. And I'm thinking, I don't think Jeff can get his knee above his waist. So if you can't do that, your ability to kick a ball like that with accuracy is not going to be easy.
I think I could do a 25-yarder, Bob. I really do.
I'm not saying that you couldn't make one, but the thought you'd be able to go up there and just knock it in. I mean, I think you would make less than 3 out of 10. I feel very confident in that.
Well, now, if you told me 6 months from now and you practiced at it.
It's not even practice. It would have to be a total fitness journey that we would have to be on.
I tell you what, Tito, here's a New Year's resolution for you.
What's that?
We'll get you on a plan. 6 months from now, you'll be like Steve Rogers popping out of that machine.
I tell you, if I do that, I will do a show without a shirt on.
I respect that.
So I think the people want to see. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, you're good. I would disable the cameras So it wouldn't even flip the bob in myself.
Just be on me the whole time, right? Yeah. That's to make it more about me. It's a little more self-serving.
Well, it's got me juiced, guys. So I've talked about this before. Since moving to this shift, my stamina for staying up late is completely gone. Yeah. So with that being said, on Saturday night when the Celtics had a 10:30 tip-off against the Clippers in L.A., there was just no chance I was seeing any of that game. Just no chance. But when I woke up yesterday morning, saw Jaylen Brown had 50 points. That had me super juiced. Also, what had me juiced, speaking of performances from the weekend, 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, unfortunately, but we'll ignore that. 1 more rushing touchdown on the ground. My boy, my beloved Riley Leonard. Unfortunately, the Colts lost that game. Not that it really mattered. Their season was over anyway, but I was pretty fired up to see him have a good game. I'd love to see him continue. I don't know if he's ever going to be a long-term NFL starter, but would love to see him hang around.
I saw where Chase Daniel's career is.
Yes, exactly.
$41 million.
Yeah.
So you know what?
Hopefully win a game. I saw a stat yesterday that I think the last time a Notre Dame starting quarterback won a game in the NFL was Brady Quinn, and that was – it's been a minute since that happened.
Right.
So
Kaiser doesn't have any wins?
I don't think he won a game.
That's awful.
He was on the Browns team in 20.
He's also with the Packers, 16. Though. He thought he could maybe stumble in with them.
I guess that didn't work out either. But he started, I think, most of the year when they went 0-16, whatever that was, 2017 or 18, give or take there for the Brownies. So
Kaiser as a starter in the NFL is 0-15.
Yeah, see, there you
go. My
go.
gosh, that's a lot of losses.
11 touchdowns.
Good news for Riley Leonard is he, unlike Brady Quinn and Deshaun Kaiser, he didn't go to the Cleveland Browns, so he's got that going for him. But that all had me juiced from the weekend, Tito. Other than Deshaun Kaiser's illustrious NFL career statistics, what else has you juiced?
Do you want to guess? He threw 11 touchdown passes in his career. Played in 18 games, started 15. So 11 touchdown passes. Yeah. How many interceptions?
22.
35.
24 interceptions.
Oh, good job.
He's right on it there. 24 interceptions.
That 1-to-2 ratio right there, buddy.
And I'm trying to lost if he fumbles or not. I'm trying to figure that out.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark that
Advanced
he lost
rushing. Let's see. Defensive. Here we go. He
wasn't super loose.
Fumbled 10 times.
Oh, he probably didn't lose all of them, though.
They said.
I don't know. Quarterbacks usually they lose a lot.
Blindside.
It says 2 fumbles recovered.
Okay, so he didn't lose all of them. 80%, but
yeah, lost a lot.
All of them.
Yeah, I forgot. I didn't think we have Deshaun Kaiser come up today in conversation.
Neither did I, to be honest with you.
Yeah. No, great weekend. It was already had 2 soccer games and a basketball game yesterday, and that was fun. Got the win in basketball. He played well. Made all 4 of his free throws, which was nice to see that. He's working on that a little bit, so he's getting better in that regard. But it was a nice win for him yesterday. After every game, I say, Artie, hey, we combined for, like today, I said, hey, Artie, we combined for 8 points today, buddy. You made 4 free throws and a couple of field goals. It's 8 points. We average 4 as a family. He gets really upset about that. Like I said, Artie, our soccer careers, we scored 22 goals altogether. He said, Dad, I've scored 20.
You know how many goals that he scored in his career?
He does. I don't.
Good for him.
He'll tell me. Yeah, no, he keeps track of all stuff.
That's impressive.
Yeah, and so.
You know what I would have told him after the game, Tito?
What's that?
Get a whistle.
Get a whistle. Let's go. Because I know I scored 2 in my 10 seasons of soccer.
It's funny. We had our 6th grade. We had some 6th grade basketball. And it was our first game coming out of the tournament or off of break.
Right.
And what's terrible is they closed down the gyms in Arlington all break long.
Why?
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I go, what do I pay tax dollars for? So for the schools to be closed, and we pay all this money for them to be built because you don't want to open up the gyms. Like, by the way, we pay to use them too. Get out of here. So it's utterly ridiculous. So our first games, we'll go play at some other places around, but it's just not nearly as functional. But we always get smoked the first 2 games coming out of the weekend. I mean, we played at Pickerington and Olentangy Berlin, and to tell you, one game we were down. We lost one by like 15. Lost the other game by maybe 20. We were down 30 in one of the games. And our team's not that great this year, but we ain't that bad. But I'm like, this is what happens when you don't practice for really, like, have a functional team practice for 10 to 14 days with 12-year-olds. And it was the case with 11-year-olds and 10-year-olds and 9 every year. It's always been the same thing. But we did bounce back yesterday and got 2 wins. So I was very happy. I went 0-2 and blasted on Saturday. Then went 2-0 on Sunday. And honestly, if we would have played like we did in the first game on Sunday, we probably would have won 1 and maybe the second. Like, this is ridiculous. So sometimes you just got to get back in the swing of things a little bit.
Are you the head coach or assistant coach?
I'm just the assistant.
Okay. Well, also, I'm just the assistant too, but I would
One of the assistant
to the head coach.
Yeah, I'm assistant to the head coach. That's what I am. Yes.
Chief juice officer, though. We got to get him excited.
That's what I'm going. You're right. Yes. Yeah. So it was a good weekend. Kids are back at school tomorrow. I think we might go see a movie today as a family.
What
I'm
movie?
not sure on that one. Kids want to go see that new David, the animated kind of.
That sounds terrible.
It's about the Bible, Bob.
I understand that. I just finished up watching the second season of House of David, which was
What
great.
else is in theater?
There's not a whole lot. I don't know.
Avatar's in there. We saw that on Christmas.
Was it good?
Yeah, better than the second.
Okay. I never even liked the first one, to be honest with you.
I didn't.
If you don't like that stuff, then you won't like it. I mean, it's a lot more of what you've already seen, Bodie. I mean, I'm not
the blue people.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's the greatest thing in the world, but it was entertaining.
That's fair.
I left halfway through it.
To watch on Christmas and have 4 or 5 drinks through it because it's pretty long. You know,
that'll make any movie good. How about Primate? You seen that one?
I haven't seen Primate now.
So the general gist of it is a family raises a monkey or an ape, and then he turns on him.
Okay, that's the movie I could be down for.
It's a little horror.
Horror. H-O. Yes, thank you. I was going to say, if it's a different one, Bodie, then you might have me signed up on that
So
one.
hold up, the gorilla turns. I might need to see this.
Yes,
this
the
is good.
trailer looks pretty fascinating. I don't have any intentions of ever owning a monkey after seeing it. That's for sure.
If you took the monkey part out of it, it sounds like my life with Artie. We've raised him, and he's kind of turned against us.
It's like Cocaine Bear meets Cape Fear.
That's what it feels like. I think that could be an Artie thing. I'm not going to let him watch that movie. You kidding me? We'll go see David.
Good news is I don't think Artie has the sort of strength that the ape would have.
Yeah,
but you
you'd
never
be
know.
surprised.
All I know is we got to start. Stop messing with the monkeys because I've seen enough movies to know that if they start figuring some stuff out, we're in trouble, man.
Oh, yeah.
We're in trouble.
Oh yeah, there's strength
People when it
ratio.
talks about, what was it, 1 million people versus one gorilla?
Right.
100 men versus a gorilla.
I'm telling you,
one,
man, that gorilla, that sucker's gonna win and win in a landslide.
How long would you last with a full-size gorilla, Bob, in a fight?
How long does it take for it to get its hands on me is the question. I mean, dude, I'm not even as strong as I used to be, but I'm going to tell you this. A friend of mine ran some stuff at the zoo for a long time, and he told me when the gorillas got out and they pushed a full bulldozer in front of the steel door, and they're like, "What are you doing? The door's locked. Like the door's locked. It's a steel door. He's not getting out of it." He ripped the steel handle through the door. And I'm like, exactly. So imagine, I want you to go to a steel door and tug on the handle, see what you can get done. And now imagine him grabbing your arm and what that would look like. It'd be ripped off of your body.
But could he make a 25-yard field goal? I think that's a big question, Bob.
Oh, is he coachable? I don't know. That's the question.
That's it for today. Have a